Hello everyone, it's Lawrence from Unicorn Reviews here, and today we'll be doing a track guide on Watkins Glen in America. So I'm gonna go over to the start finish straight right here. And Watkins Glen, to be honest, I'm not very familiar with the track, but I think the track guide will be good enough for most people. Also, the track isn't finished yet. In the game, we are on Project Cars, build 448. I might want to... Oops. I stopped recording there for a second. There we go, now the purple thing with the GPU temperature is gone. Anyway, so here's our start line. It's a pretty short run up down the hill. Your braking point is around the 300 feet mark. I always brake when I'm about to there's a bit of a the gradient strongly changes all of a sudden. So like with every corner on this track, it's very important that you use the camber in the corners themselves. So you brake rather late, you steer in rather late, and you just use all of this banking. Because of that, you also don't want to hit this curb here, because you'll just create a lot of air underneath your car and the downforce will be gone, and you won't have half the grip on the curb as if you were to just stay on the yellow line with your inside wheel. On exit, you can use some curb, but it's very rough curb, so better not to use too much of it, because it just really upsets the car an awful lot. So now let's go over to the S corners here. They have these concrete things, road fixes here. And they pretty much show the driving line, those things, and they're all over the track. So you just go all the way over to the inside, and as you can see, once again, we're really banked here. So you can use all of that banking to just stay very nice and tight on the right of the track. And then once you get up the hill, you want to be all over to the left again, because right here the track is banked to the left, and so at this point right here it changes, so your car might become a bit unstable there. So then the way up to the back straight, there's another long corner here, and what you do is you stay on the inside the entire time, just nicely sticking to the inside of the corner, and then you go on the exit of the corner. They even have some grass removed and replaced it with asphalt here, so you can be nicely close to the wall to just straighten out everything as much as you can. Then we're still going uphill here, so this entire section, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we came from quite a lot lower on the track, so this is all uphill. And then you get into the chicanes, or inner loop apparently they call it. Again, what I do, and as you'll see in the Hotlap later on, you can either brake in a straight line like you would do with most chicanes and then turn in. I tend to give it a bit more a rally style approach and just have the car slide all over the place. I just do not brake at all. I still don't brake here, and then I put the car right into the corner, and then here I brake a little bit, downshift one gear. So right here I'm in fifth, I'm all the way over the curb, because where I want to be on exit, I want to be really close to this thing. Again, the colored concrete or asphalt, I really don't know what it is, but that is pretty much showing the line. However, I use quite a bit more curb, and I have the car slide all the way through the corner, because exit speed on the chicane is not too important, because there's a really long turn, namely the outer loop they call it. I'm just reading this from my phone, to be honest. I don't know the corner names here. I just know how to do a fast lap time. So you're not going to be all the way on the outside probably, because you took such a tight line through. And so what I always do is get all the way into the middle of the corner. There is some banking here, but it's not very steeply banked. The real banking only starts here at these lights and this little solar panel. So about here is where I, really make sure I'm near the inside. And you can just give it full throttle. A lot of runoff area here. That's the short track. We're going to do the long track here today. So that was pretty, we've descended quite a bit actually, and from this shot you can really see the banking of the corner. We're now going to go into the chute, so which is a left-hander, probably a third gear corner. Again, you brake late, but you brake diagonally to not run out of track here, and you just put it with one wheel on this curb here. Just not a lot of banking here, but there is still quite a bit of it, just not as much as in the outer loop corner, which is turn 5, this is turn 6. And again, we're going very much down the hill, so understeer will just, it will be there, your understeer, there's no getting away from it really. You just run wide, and then you just cross this piece of track diagonally, again more down the hill, and this is pretty much the lowest point on the racetrack. So you're going to brake a bit later than normal, because it goes downhill, but it goes uphill here, so you can use that bit of uphill to get you some extra braking force. And then here you don't use the I really have no idea what this is. It looks plastic in this game, but anyway, it's very much banked here, so you stay all the way over to the left, to the right, the left. So all the way over to the right, and then just straighten it out again on exit, just keeping as much speed as you can through this, because this is a very, very steep climb. I mean, in your car you'll be sitting like this, so you can't even see the track really. It's just almost as if you're driving up a bridge. Once here though, it starts going downhill again, but then you brake. I always brake rather early, because if you go wide here, as you can see, it's not really a 90-degree turn. It's called the heel, this corner, but you can use the blue here, or yeah, that's pretty blue, isn't it? Blue grayish. You can use that, or you just do what I do, which is a rather late apex to not have to be all the way over to here, because I don't like outside curb at all. I tend to spin every single time I hit an outside curb, because I always, I kind of make the rear of the car drift a bit on purpose, just to turn in a bit faster. Same for this corner, and this one is pretty important with the banking. This entire area is banked to the inside. However, once you come from on this piece of track, which is where the shorter version joins again, it's negatively cambered, or yeah, whatever. And now I'm really disorientated. I came from there, great. My mouse is just way too sensitive. So it's very steep uphill braking, so you can brake pretty late, and then you turn in rather late as well. Get your apex about here, and then you just use this thing as a guide. And then they have these tire walls with extra rubber, so just aim for those really. Use all the curb you can. Now you just stay on the right of the track into our next corner, which is the second to last corner. Somewhat full speed. I lift a little bit, like a confidence lift. There's also some camber right here in the middle, so you could use that if you want. An awful lot of runoff area. However, the curbs are pretty high, so when you have your car set up very, very low, it might be a little bit of a problem when you go over to get back, so you can only come back like here then. Well, and actually, this last corner is almost as important as the first corner, which is like the most important one of all. You just turn in late and just have the car completely neutral to carry as much speed as you can. Plenty of curb here on the outside, some more tire walls, just, plenty of space to just go as fast as you can through that corner. And then that will pretty much be it for free cam around the track. I'm now going to guide you guys through a hot lap, so I'm not going to be as specific because it'll go a lot faster. The lap time was a 144 point something. I'll put it in the comments. Yeah, let's do a hot lap now. Alright then, so for the hot lap, as you can see, a little bit too much inside camber there, entering the straight. So this is pretty much a little bit up the hill, and now once we pass the start-finish line, we're just gonna dip down the hill again, late braking, late turn in, trying to barely get camber on the inside, and then just run wide a bit, which maybe I shouldn't have done, but yeah. Anyway, we're now entering the back straight. As you could see, I kept it all straight through there to just try and get as much exit speed as possible. The other car, by the way, is a Jaguar Palmer, which is the other car in the WSPSC Championship, for those who don't know the actual reason I'm making these track guide videos. So, right here, one of these giant loops here, using the camber on track, not using too much on the outside though, because it kind of upsets your car a bit when you touch the grass a little bit. Other than that, it's just a lot of throttle, really, very late braking. This track is just throttle, brake, turn, throttle all the time, you know. It's not like you have to think about the next corner when you're doing something. So in a way that makes it easy, but in another way it makes the corner you're currently doing a lot more important. So I kind of miss the apex there a bit. I also miss it in the last corner. So there is some room for improvement, but this is already the fastest lap anyone has ever done in the SR3 around Watkins Glen. 180 through this one, and then I should get about 160 here, but I kind of missed it a bit. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any comments or feedback, feel free to share.